of high school football here on the NFHS network, also being broadcast on YouTube. Riverheads Gladiators this week open up the Region B playoffs in a semifinal here against the Altavista Colonels, a team they have some history with. Welcome in. I'm Leland McCrae. Thanks for watching and listening tonight, however you are taking us in. As I said, Altavista is the opponent tonight for the Gladiators. This will be the 7th matchup between these two teams. Riverheads owns the all-time series 4-2. Riverheads has won the last 4 matchups, all playoff games. The last Altavista win was in 2009, and it was on this field. I will say a controversial, maybe, decision in that game where there was a particular call right before halftime that really gave momentum to Altavista, but one in the cards for the Gladiators that night. Altavista went on to win the state title that year. But since then, Riverheads has owned this series, winning 4 straight and beating Altavista by a large margin pretty much in every single one of those meetings, including 2018. These two teams faced off in a region semifinal. That was the last time these two teams meet, 65-7. That game was played over in Crozet. It was the weekend before Thanksgiving that year, and there was a bad ice storm, and they couldn't play on the field here at Riverheads, so Riverheads hosted Altavista over in Crozet and had a big score to put up on the board that day. On their way to, that would have been their third straight state championship. So very much familiar with each other are these opponents, including Coach Andy Cox there for the Colonels in his 3rd season. And he has led them to the playoffs each of those years. This season they are 2-4 coming into this game with wins over William Campbell and Nelson. And then 4 losses. 2 of those losses come into Appomattox. We know Class 2 power there, Appomattox, but also losses to Nelson and William Campbell. They only played 3 opponents this year, split the games between Nelson and William Campbell, and then lost them both to Appomattox. So a familiar schedule there for them. Riverheads comes to this game 6-0, and it was capped off with a regular season finale win over Stuart Straff just last week, and you heard it here on the NFHS network or on YouTube or even on the radio, where we had that game called for you, and it was an absolute classic with the Cougars here at Greenville last week. Riverheads winning 10-7 in overtime. Cooper Robeson kicking the game-winning field goal there at the end of that one. Scoring was hard to come by for both teams. Rothgeb for Stuart Straff scoring a first-half touchdown, and Zach Smiley scoring a second-half touchdown for the Gladiators. And an absolute classic, one of those games people will talk about for a long time, even with the limited attendance. That'll probably be a game everybody claims to have been at, as it was limited attendance, but everybody will claim that they were at this game and they saw it happen live, but a big one nonetheless. So other action in the area tonight, Stuart Straff, after losing last week, appears to be right back on track, as they were up 28-0 on Buffalo Gap in the second quarter. Actually now 28-2, so Buffalo Gap did force a safety there with 6:55 left in the second quarter. Stuart Straff taking care of things against Buffalo Gap. That is a Class 2 region semi there. Buffalo Gap just coming across the county there. That's a rematch of an earlier game this season where the Cougars won 30-0, but Stuart Straff already performing better in this one. Other games happening that are important to the local, those of you watching this game, it will be the other Region 1B game. William Campbell, they will be traveling to Central Lunenburg. The winner of that game will face the winner of this game, and the higher seed will host. So if Riverheads is fortunate enough to win that ball game, they would host Central Lunenburg or William Campbell next week. Talking about Stuart Straff, if they're able to maintain that lead and go on to victory, they will play the winner of Strasburg versus Page County. Page County, a very familiar team to a lot of Riverheads fans, as they played in the Shenandoah District against the Gladiators for years and actually didn't do a whole lot of winning during that time, but they've really got things going much better there at Page County, and they have gone in the playoffs here these last 2 years, and they are threatening to win this game against Strasburg. It was a close game, a touchdown, I think 14-7 ball game. Strasburg winning earlier in the year, so anybody's ball game happening up there at Strasburg tonight. So interesting games there. Then the other local teams playing tonight. Stanton will play against at Waynesboro, a battle of 1 and 5 teams. That's called a +1 game. That was when they announced the shortened season and when the games would occur. They announced that teams that didn't make the postseason would be able to add an extra game to their schedule at the end just to get another week of practice and games in. So Stanton and Waynesboro took advantage of that. They will play each other, a battle of 1 and 5 teams, like I said, and the winner will have momentum and bragging rights, and a good opportunity there between two rivals who have not faced each other, I think, since 2016. So that's a good reunion there. Waynesboro will be coming into Shenandoah District next year, so everybody, all these local teams will be able to play each other. The entire district will be just inside Augusta County lines, and everybody will be in the district. That'll be very nice. Another game happening as a +1 game. 4 and 2 Wilson Memorial will be hosting 3 and 3 William Byrd. That's a Class 3D team coming out of near Roanoke. They play in Benton. Coach Brad Lutz from Broadway left Broadway 2 years ago to go down and coach William Byrd. So he's somewhat familiar with Wilson, even though they didn't play each other while he was the coach. Still familiarity with the school name and where it is, and they're going to come down here and play Wilson in another +1 game. Wilson, a great turnaround, only a 2-win team a year ago, but now 4 and 2 and third best team in the district, and they're trying to add on to that win total. That's a tough matchup with William Byrd, but also an opportunity for a really good win if they're able to pick it up. So, setting up tonight's game, as I said, Altavista comes in with plenty of experience against Riverheads. Riverheads has had the advantage in those games, but familiarity is there. They're going to be led, per reports, by number 1, Jalen Jones. We don't have a roster with numbers on it here. We're going to do our best putting names to numbers here as they go on tonight. But Jalen Jones, he was the quarterback last week for Altavista. He had a 15-yard touchdown run against William Campbell in the loss. Number 4, Markel Dawkins, will be another player that we say a lot tonight, as he's the running back. Number 4, he had about 100 yards rushing and a touchdown last week, and we will see what he's able to do against this great defensive front from the Riverheads Gladiators. Plenty of receivers out there for Altavista, as they'll put 4 wide. They'll have 2 on the left, 2 on the right. Sometimes they'll go trips. We have names like Ben Tweedy, Tyner Cox, Cedic Prather, Mikkel Stone, Kavion Davis, and Caleb Cothran. All those names will be mentioned tonight, as they'll be lining up on the outsides, and they'll be looking to catch passes from Jalen Jones or coming in motion and getting the ball. We will see what Altavista is able to do. But for your Gladiators, the familiar names: Zach Smiley, the senior running back, last week limited to 48 yards on 21 carries, but he did have that golden touchdown for the Gladiators, as it was the only touchdown for Riverheads in that ball game. He has 104 carries on the season, 777 yards, 14 total touchdowns, and I am hearing he is approaching a rushing yard record. He already owns the touchdown record on the season when he got 90. His 90th career touchdown a couple weeks ago. He passed Logan Moore's record of 89. He now has increased that record to 92, but the yardage record could be in effect tonight if Zach Smiley is able to get about 23 yards is what we're hearing. That should get him past that 5,358 yard mark that Logan Moore set about 8 to 10 years ago, I guess 10 years ago now. So big records being approached here by Zach Smiley, who's been an all-time runner here at Riverheads. And if you're in the conversation with records that Logan Moore set, then you're in good company there, because there's been a lot of great runners here, but Logan seems to own all the records, and Zach Smiley is approaching them all as well. Other running backs we'll hear the name of for the Gladiators: Cy Cox. He has 331 yards on the season, 4 touchdowns. We'll hear Noah Smiley, the fullback, younger brother of Zach Smiley, 3 touchdowns on the season to go with his 230 yards. And then we'll have other guys getting in, like the freshman, Caden Cook-Cash, who has been impressive. Last game was the first game this season. He didn't score a touchdown. He has 7 touchdowns on the season.
Ladies and gentlemen, we would ask you to please
and 250 yards. We will let the anthem play, and I'll get back to setting up this ball game for you here, as the band will be performing the anthem down off the track. And that was the national anthem there from the Riverheads band down on the track. As we continue to get you ready here for this matchup between the Riverheads Gladiators and the Altavista Colonels here in Region B semifinal. Bennett Dunlap, the sophomore quarterback, he is 8 for 14, 220 yards on the season, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception, and he also has a rushing touchdown. Good leader there, sophomore quarterback. Landon Leitner, the receiver for the Gladiators, 4 receptions on the year, 126 yards and a touchdown. And we cannot forget the kicker, Cooper Robeson, did a great job last week kicking through that game-winner 20-yard touchdown. He is 32 for 35 on extra points this season, and that was his only field goal made last week. So a great effort last week from the junior kicker as he got put into the pressure moments in his first year kicking here at Riverheads. As we get ready for this one, let's talk about some of the other sports around here at Riverheads and what they were able to do. JV football a week ago finished off an undefeated regular season. Another one of those. There's been a number of those throughout the years with head coach Gene Wasik in the past and now Ryan Armstrong at the helm there. So another great season for the JV football team as they district champions undefeated. Volleyball swept Buffalo Gap and Draft. They are established as the second team in the Shenandoah District, but now we go to Region B playoffs where they will host Altavista here on Tuesday night as they are the 1 seed in Region 1B. And if they are able to win, or whoever wins that game will take on the winner of the number 2 Rappahannock County versus number 3 Cumberland volleyball matchup. And that region championship would happen on Thursday night. Riverheads would have a chance to host that Thursday night. JV volleyball, they were swept by Gap, but then they were swept by Stuarts Draft. So up and down week for them as they finish off their season. We're about 2 weeks away for spring sports here at Riverheads. About some of the sports get started here in about 2 weeks. Tennis and I think track has some early matchups, but the rest of them, softball and baseball, and I think soccer gets going around May 5th. And that is just after the state playoffs would wrap up for these winter sports being played in the spring. So just to remind you of the other games going on in the area, the winner of this Riverheads Altavista game will be looking to see who the winner of that Central Ludenberg-William Campbell game is. Central Ludenberg hosting that as the number 2 seed. Riverheads does have history with both teams there. Stuarts Draft is beating Buffalo Gap currently 28-8 as they are approaching halftime. There are 3 minutes to go in the half there. Stuarts Draft was up 28-0. Draft fighting there a little bit. They forced a safety, and then it looks like they've scored a touchdown, but looks like Stuarts Draft does have the ball again. The winner of that ball game will take on number 2 Strasburg or number 3 Page County as they're going to have a showdown up 81 tonight at Strasburg. So we'll be giving you scores for those games as I'm sure you're interested in what the local teams are doing and what these teams that could play these local teams are doing. Also, some more local teams in +1 game action. Waynesboro hosting Stanton, both teams 1-5. And Williamburg traveling to Wilson Memorial. Wilson Memorial trying to improve on that big turnaround 4-2 record as it's going to be a positive season no matter how it turns out tonight for Wilson as they've gone 4-2 in the regular season there. But a chance for a big win against a solid 3D program there happening in Fishersville tonight. But we're going to get close here to kickoff, about 4 minutes to kickoff here in Greenville as the team has yet to come on the field. But we have the anthem taken care of and we are getting ready for Region 1B semifinal here between the Riverheads Gladiators and the Altavista Colonels. So looking over the stats on the season, as you know, last week a defensive battle with Stuarts Draft. Riverheads really tested as well as they've been tested in the regular season in the last couple of years as Stuarts Draft put them to the limit there. Stuarts Draft did get the ball first in overtime, and they ended up going for it on 4th and 3 rather than sending their field goal kicker out. Riverheads was able to stop that play, so then it was just up to Riverheads to put points on the board there in their possession of overtime, and they did just that with a field goal by Cooper Robeson to win the ball game, and a great game played by both as it was a very evenly matched game throughout. I believe Riverheads only had about 160 yards in that football game, and Stuarts Draft only had 101 yards themselves. some turnovers throughout the game. Riverheads turned it over early in that ball game. Some uncharacteristic things happening from the Gladiators there as they lost 3 fumbles, but Riverheads was able to force a fumble of their own and also receive an interception, which really helped them. That late fumble for Riverheads with about 4 minutes to go could have cost them the game. They were lucky that it didn't. It looked like Riverheads had a little momentum in that time. You thought they might be able to go down and score, but they gave the ball up, and then they had to hold on defense, and then when they did get the ball back with about a minute to go, they just were content with headed to overtime, and that's what they did. But it worked out for the Gladiators. As the team is getting ready to enter the field, as AC/DC's playing, and we'll get some fireworks going. About 2 minutes to kick off here in Greenville for this Region 1B semifinals. The team's coming out of the locker room wearing all red tonight. Altavista will be wearing white shirts, black pants with a black helmet, orange lines going down their pants and on the logo of their helmet. Riverheads in their traditional all red helmet.
Ladies and gentlemen,
The team's a touch later coming out tonight.
please. Now entering the field. 4 straight years, 1A state champion.
Might not have any fireworks here tonight. It's too bright for them anyway. Might see it. Leave the fireworks to the field. There they go. There they're going off.
Riverheads, Gladiators.
One of the more fun entrances in the area as they get fireworks here weekly. That's why I was surprised we didn't immediately see them. But glad we have them here for this playoff game. Glad we have the band down there. We have the good atmosphere, increased attendance at this football game, which is good that we're able to get closer back to normal with getting a crowd out here in the stands, which is fun to see as Riverheads, if they're able to keep on winning, as they've done these last few years, winning the state title, if they're able to get to that point again, they'd be able to host the state title here at Riverheads, but they would have to go on the road in the state final before that for predetermined host reasons. That's what the VHSL has put out, so potential road game in the state semifinal if they're able to get there, and if they're able to win there, they'll be able to come back home and host a state championship. So fun stuff happening here at Riverheads, and that's great to see in another great season. Mostly great to see that these boys are able to get out here and play football and have the opportunity to play with everything else that's going on. So we are getting closer to kickoff here. The clock's sitting at 12 minutes. We're going to be waiting for a football to be kicked, as number 42 has been doing the kicking for Altavista. And I see him out there with the mark. I will warn you now, I have a put-together roster for Altavista.
Number 8, Zach
So
Smiley.
providing names for them will be tougher for me tonight, but we will do our best. As Isaac Quiship is the kicker there. And I'll try to write that down so I don't have to look that up every time. But Zach Smiley deep. Looks like Caden Cook Cash as well, as it will go to Caden Cook Cash. Oh, nope. That's Miller back there taking the kickoff, and he's coming to the left side, and he's near the sideline, and he's going down the sideline. He has speed. He's getting tripped up. A lot of traffic, but he's going to break out of it. And sure enough, he goes to the end zone. What a play by Aiden Miller to open this game up. The junior running back doesn't have a lot of carries on this season. He has battled injury. And we were talking about just this scenario before the game started with Jeff Wright, as he was saying, wouldn't it be funny if Riverheads returned this opening kickoff here tonight? And we do just that for the Gladiators, as Aiden Miller catches it deep, comes near sideline, breaks back to the middle of the field after some traffic midfield, and he takes it to the house for a touchdown. Cooper Robeson on to kick the extra point. It is up. It is through. And 15 seconds into this ball game, the Gladiators lead 7-0. what a way to start for the Gladiators as Aiden Miller takes the opening kickoff to the house. I don't believe we've had one of those yet this season at Greenville here. And that's the way you open up your playoff season. Let's talk about our sponsors as we have a minute to get things started. We are thankful for our sponsors doing what they can to help us broadcast this football game to you, the listeners. Charlie Obaugh Auto Group, Dave Brooks Electric, and Southern States Augusta Petroleum, great sponsors of Riverheads football. We appreciate their sponsorship so you guys can listen to this football game and watch this broadcast on the NFHS network and however you are taking it in. So 7-0 Gladiators as we're 15 seconds into this one, and Riverheads has already set a tone.
And Cox deep for Altavista.
Cooper Robeson kicks this off. It goes deep as number 12 will take it deep inside the 10 as he bobbles it around. He's going to try to go far sideline, and he's getting chased down by some Riverheads players, and he is not able to turn the corner. Great coverage there by the Gladiators, kicking it deep. And number 12 is Tanner Cox for Altavista. He's only able to get it out to the 10, and that's where Altavista will start this football game, and we will see the first offensive play of this football game.
At the 10.
So with 11:45 to go, trips to the right, one to the left, two people in the backfield as Jalen Jones will take the snap and give it to his running back, number 4, Markel Dawkins, and he'll run forward. And it looks like he might just get back to the line of scrimmage.
Called it no gain on the carry, 2nd down and 10.
2nd and 10 coming for the Riverheads Gladiators, or for the Altavista Colonels. Trips to the right again, and again will be Markel Dawkins up the middle. Nowhere, not big yardage gain, but about 5. So nice pickup there. Yeah, about 6-yard gain. Did pick up more than it looked.
Aiden Miller on the tackle. Called a gain of 6 on the carry, 3rd down and 4 yards to go.
So 3rd and 4 here for Altavista, trying to open this game, try to get a first down to extend this drive. They'll have twins to the right, twins to the left. Jalen Jones and Markel Dawkins in the backfield. Jones will take the shotgun snap. He's going to run it himself, and he's not going to get anywhere because he is wrapped up quickly at the line of scrimmage by a great defensive play there by Cy Cox, coming back from the linebacker position and all over it. And nice open field tackle. You don't expect an open field tackle between the tackles, but Cox does it on his own there, bringing him down for a loss. It'll about now be 4th and 5 for Altavista.
Schubert in punt formation.
As we do see Zach Smiley back deep for the punt. He wasn't on kickoff. Miller was, and Miller ran it back. But here's Zach Miller standing at the 50 looking to receive this punt. As it's going to be a safety. Bad snap by Altavista. And I had to see where he was standing as we have some long shadows here. But it's a bad snap. Punter falls on it, and that's 2 points for the Gladiators as the Gladiators increase their lead 9-0.
With the safety for Riverheads. Timeout on the field. Riverheads 9, Altavista 0.
So 9-0 here for Riverheads. Who was on that safety? Which Riverheads player was on him first? Usually Miller's there quick. I wasn't sure who was going to get awarded. He's usually a gunner there on the punt return team, and if I would now have to watch back on video, but Miller could be having the game of his life so far for the Gladiators, as now the Gladiators will kick it away to Altavista, as things have not gone well for Altavista to start this game.
Free kick for Altavista from the 20 to Riverheads. Free kick.
So now, Riverheads will receive this ball from Altavista after the safety. Sorry for reversing that, but we will see Miller back there. Caden Cook-Cash also deep, kicking off from the 20 after the safety. So Riverhead's looking to have good field position here as it is kicked short, as the front guys will fall on it, and Riverheads will be able to start this drive at the 35.
35 will be first and 10. Dave Brooks covered the football.
So now Riverheads, with 9:22 on the clock, will start this possession 35 yards from the end zone. We have Bennett Dunlap at quarterback, under center. Zach Smiley in, and Zach Smiley gets the ball. He's going to come over to the left. He's coming to the outside, and he has plenty of room, and he's to the end zone for a touchdown, 35-yard touchdown for Riverheads. And that is a record, folks. With that, we should have Zach Smiley, the new owner of the Riverheads rushing yard record, as he only needed 23 yards for the record. But the 35 will give him the new record, passing Logan Moore's 5,358 yards.
Will attempt the extra point.
So that's a second rushing record that he owns, that we are aware of here, as he passed the 89 touchdown mark a few weeks ago and now has 93 after that touchdown, but now owns the rushing yardage record as well. So big night there for Zach Smiley. One carry, 35 yards, and a new rushing record here at Riverheads for the senior running back, who has been an unbelievable player for the Gladiators for the last 4 years. As a freshman, an absolute great player, and has kept it up each and every year. That'll be a big hole to fill for Riverheads, but they have plenty of backs coming up through the system. We've already seen Aiden Miller. He'll be back next year. He's a young running back that would look to get more time, but we've also seen Caden Cook-Cash, the freshman, with plenty of action as well, as they're able to carry on this tradition that Zach Smiley's raised the bar even further for.
With that
just an impressive record here.
Zach Smiley,
as
35
Mr. Bradley
yards on that last carry, just broke the all-time record at Riverheads High School. Record was previously set by Logan Moore. The record now of the previous record was 5,358 yards by Logan Moore. The new record, and continuing, now belongs to Zach Smiley.
As the crowd recognizes Zach Smiley for owning that record.
Rushing record. The previous record was also Logan Moore of 92 touchdowns. Zach Smiley's already broken that record as well.
So a big night there for Zach Smiley, as Mr. Bradley upstairs announcing that to the crowd, and the crowd giving the proper recognition to Zach Smiley and what he's been able to do here for the Gladiators. And on top of all those records, he's been able to increase the lead for the Gladiators 16-0 with 9:11 to go. Caught up there in all the records there was a football game here with Altavista, a Region B semifinal, where the winner will go on to face Central Lunenburg or William Campbell, and Riverheads has taken a great first step to that. Everything going their way so far. They've been able to return an opening kickoff after holding Altavista to only about 5 yards in 3 plays. The punt goes disastrous for the Colonels, and that's a safety. And then Riverheads is able to start the next drive at the 35, and one play to the end zone by Zach. And he sets a new record and also increases the lead here, 16-0 for the Gladiators. Altavista takes the shotgun snap. The carry's going to go up the middle. He'll fight for a couple yards, 3 yards maybe there for Markel Davis, as the Altavista Colonels are starting this drive on their own 20. And they gain 3 yards there on first down, 2nd and 7 coming. Markel Dawkins has gotten already 3 carries in this football game. He has about 8 yards. Jalen Jones with the other carry for the Colonels. This time trips to the left, 1 to the right. Still Jones and Dawkins in the backfield. Jones setting up for a shotgun snap. He takes it, he keeps it, and he's going to be gobbled up quickly by the Riverheads defense for a loss. As that'll be spotted at the 20-yard, a 2-yard loss there for Jones.
Noah Smiley on the tackle, loss on the play.
Zach Smiley in on the tackle there.
And 9 yards to go.
And now 3rd and 9 for Altavista. As they need something here, as they have trips to the right, 1 to the left. Jones takes the snap. He's looking to throw. He's throwing out here to the near sideline. It's going to go flying over his receiver's head and into the Riverheads bench. And that will bring up 4th and 9 for Altavista. As they look undermanned over there on the far sideline, they do not have a lot of guys in white uniforms standing on the sideline. About 8 guys, maybe 9, able to substitute for Altavista. Quite the difference here, looking at all the red uniforms here on the near sideline. As Altavista will attempt another punt here on 4th and 9 with 7:47 here to go, just in the first quarter. The snap is better this time, and he will get the punt away, but it's not far. It went straight up in the air. It's going to bounce at the 30-yard line. And touched right about there.
At the 30.
And yeah, it looks like the officials will mark that at the 30. So again, Riverheads will have incredible field position to start this drive with 7:39 left in the first quarter. So Altavista just not able to put anything together here, as Riverheads has been on the good side of the field the whole time, except for when they caught the kickoff, until they ran it quickly back for a touchdown. The rest of the time, Riverheads has been on this left side of the football field, as Dunlap will take the snap, and he will keep it for a second. And Zach Smalley has it again, and he's to the end zone again.
Touchdown, 30 yards.
30-yard touchdown. He has 65 yards on the game and 2 touchdowns. And
Robeson.
Absolutely all Riverheads here in this one, as there's only been 2 offensive plays, and Riverheads is about to be leading 23-0 if Cooper Robeson's able to put this kick through. In a very one-sided affair here in a Region B semifinal. Cooper Robeson does get the kickoff. It's looking good, and it is 23-0 Riverheads winning this football game quickly. We're going to see a lot of subs here tonight. We'll be back here in a minute with more Riverheads football, as we are 23-0 with 7:31 left on the clock in the first quarter. Back here at Riverheads, where the kickoff will go deep again, as Altavista will return this from the 10. They're out past the 20 and approaching the 30-yard line, as the ball might be on the ground. Oh my goodness. Another turnover for Altavista.
Number
as Riverheads will take over this drive on the 30 again.
Kickoff for Altavista. Ball was fumbled. It'll be first down and 10 at the 30.
So Riverheads will take this snap. This time Bennett Dunlap's looking to throw. He's going to throw it deep to Landon Leitner. He catches it, and it's a touchdown. 3 offensive plays for Riverheads, 3 touchdowns. This time, a 30-yard pitch and catch from Dunlap to Landon Leitner. And it will increase the lead to 29-0 with 7:13 to go, pending an extra point from Cooper Robeson. Riverheads absolutely dominant so far in this ball game, doing whatever they want offensively. The first 2 touchdowns were one-play drives by Zach Smiley, and this is another one-play drive. Dunlap to Leitner, another touchdown. Cooper Robeson's kick is up and good. It's 30-0, 7:13 to go in the first quarter. I want to thank you guys for listening tonight, listening and watching here online, as Riverheads has been dominant in this football game. Want to welcome our sponsors and thank them for sponsoring Riverheads football here on the NFHS network. As
Robeson will be kicking off.
Dave Brooks Electric, Charlie Alba Auto Group, and Southern States Augusta Petroleum, all great sponsors of Riverheads football. We thank them for their sponsorship and allowing us to broadcast this game to you. And for those of you at home unable to make it in here, see the sights of Riverheads football, as they have opened up the playoffs here in impressive fashion. They're winning 30-0 and have only run 3 offensive plays. They forced 2 3-and-outs from Altavista, also forced a fumble on another kickoff. It's just been all Riverheads. Everything's gone their way. That kick will go deep, and that will give Altavista the ball on the 20.
For Altavista at the 20.
So with 7:13 to go, Altavista will take over on their own 20. As they will have 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Jones looking to take the shotgun snap. He does. He gives it to Dawkins. Dawkins up the middle and driven backwards. He might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, but then pushed backwards. He hits the deck, but no gain there on first and down for the Colonels.
Dawkins, the ball carrier. Noah Smiley on the tackle.
A week ago, Dawkins had 94 yards rushing touchdown in the loss to William Campbell. But he's only found about 8 yards in this football game so far. That's gone all Riverheads' way. Noah Smiley was the tackler for Riverheads on that play. Jones back in the shotgun, 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Takes the snap, looking to throw, looking over the middle, now looking to the left, and he's gobbled up in the backfield, but he escapes it. And now he's still under pressure, and he's trying to chase out another. He finds someone deep. He does. He finds him for a first down and a 40. It is number 9 for the Colonels. That'll be their first down of the ball game. As way to find someone downfield, scramble around as an offensive lineman for Altavista is down in the backfield. But that will be a first down for Altavista. As Jones ran for his life in the backfield, it looked like he was going to be sacked inside the 10-yard line, but he escaped all that traffic, came to the near sideline, looked downfield, and found a receiver and was able to connect with him for a first down, gets that ball out to the 41, and that's the first down of the ball game for Altavista. Finally, something going right for the Colonels. As I'm going to look up number 9 here on the makeshift roster, I have Jordan Pippin, the freshman, making that big play for Altavista.
Attention, Chris Casto Come to the press box, please. Chris Casto.
That's Coach Casto's wife being summoned to the press box. All Riverheads here in this one as we have an injury timeout. But a shine of light here for Altavista getting that first down, and a heck of a play there by Jalen Jones, the quarterback, escaping all kinds of traffic, getting to the outside, and finding a receiver downfield, a senior quarterback right there. Some other action around the area in Class 1. Galax leading George Wythe 7-0 early in that game, but they have a lightning delay, so we might not have more scores as that goes on. We'll have to wait and see what happens with storms down there. Another score, this one Class 2, if paying attention to who Stewart's Draft is likely to play next week with their lead against Buffalo Gap. But Strasburg leading Page County after one quarter, 7-0 there. So Strasburg with the early lead. If Strasburg is able to win that game, they would travel to Stewart's Draft, it looks like, next week. That would be another big ball game for the Cougars, as the Cougars look to be taking care of business there against the Bison. They were up 28-8 last check.
First down for Altavista.
As we're paused here, I'll see if I can get us another update. .6:20 to go here at Riverheads. Altavista moving the ball downfield as they are at the 41 now. And they'll take the shotgun snap. Quick pass out to the right as the receiver will catch it and be brought down in the backfield. No yards to be gained there, and he will lose 5 yards, being tackled back at the 36. And I think that was Pippin again. He made the big catch here on the near sideline one play ago. And Isaiah Dunlap with the tackle for Riverheads there. But yes, 5-yard loss there for Altavista, setting up 2nd and 15 for the Colonels. 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Spread offense here for Altavista. That quick screen did nothing for them as the quarterback's going to take it here. Looking downfield again, under pressure, being chased as he's going to get out of it, and he's going to get close to the line of scrimmage. Be taken out of bounds, tackled off the sideline.
The ball carrier.
As Cy Cox and Caden Cook Cash were there at the end of that play. Jones gets
no gain on the carry.
Back to the line of scrimmage, no gain. So
15 yards
running for his life from the Riverheads defenders. As Riverheads' number 21 was putting the most pressure on him in the backfield before he took off. The defensive tackle, you look at him, you think he's undersized, but that's how Riverheads likes him. Isaac Hartless doing a good job there, putting the pressure up front. As trips to the left, Landon Leitner and the one receiver down here on the right. Landon Leitner, the defense from Riverheads. Jones will take the snap. He'll run out to the left, looking deep, now looking back to the right. He's going to fall down.
Quarterback is sacked.
A sack there as a Riverheads lineman is down holding his knee. And that's what you hate to see in a one-sided ball game. You hate to see a player walking off gingerly. Looks like Dave Brooks, number 62. And he's hobbling out here, and he might be able to set the rest of this one with this score already 30-0. So a loss there on the last carry by the quarterback. He wasn't able to get anywhere. He fell down before he was able to turn on the Jets. Now 4th and 22, and that'll bring the punt team out for the Colonels. As 74, Jason Foster comes in at defensive tackle. The snap is good this time, and it is kicked, but it's, again, a poor kick, as it's just going to go out of bounds only at the 32-yard line. They took that snap from the 24-yard line, about a 6-yard punt, and not what you want out of your special teams for sure. But they did get a first down there, but still forced to punt. But it was 4th and 22. 4:28 on the clock. Riverheads takes over. And they're going to be at the 33-yard line. This will be a run by Caden Cook Cash. He's coming to the left side. He escapes traffic, and another touchdown for Riverheads. Altavista has not tackled a Riverheads player on an offensive play yet this game.
For the score.
As Caden Cook Cash goes in from 33 yards out. 4:16 on the clock. That was a 12-second run. All the drives, all 4 touchdown drives for the Gladiators have been one-play drives. They have not faced a second down, or they haven't even gotten a first down yet, to be fair. Altavista has more first downs than Riverheads in this ballgame, because Riverheads has scored on every single play that they have ran. 37-0. Riverheads leads. We'll take a break. All Riverheads here in this one as they now lead 37-0 with 4:16 to go, still in the first quarter here. Altavista has not tackled a Riverheads player yet in this ball game. The opening kickoff went back for touchdown, and then every offensive play since then has been one play to the house for the Gladiators. 2 of them by Zach Smiley, 1 a pass by Bennett Dunlap to Landon Leitner, and then that touchdown there for Caden Cook Cash, his 8th touchdown of the season. The freshman doing a great job. As this kickoff's going to go mid downfield, number 9 is going to pick it up. He's going to try to reverse field and then decides not to. He'll run forward and he'll get spotted there at the 30. That's about where he picked it up. The number 9 there for Altavista, Pippin.
For Altavista.
Not able to do a lot with that play right there.
On the tackle. First down and 10 for Altavista at the 30.
So Altavista starts this drive with 4:09 on the clock at their own 30. And they'll they'll tighten up here to the right side. They'll have trips to the right, one far out to the left. Jalen Jones will give it to Dawkins up the middle, nowhere to go. That will be stopped for no gain. Dawkins gets to the line of scrimmage, brought down immediately by a host of Gladiators. Look like the entire defensive line for the Gladiators.
J.C. Hagee.
Number 58 on the tackle, J.C. Hagee, is who we're going to give the credit to. Thanks to Jeff Wright standing beside me here in this game doing the defensive stats. Helps me with some of these tackles. Second and 10 here for Altavista. On their own 30. Trips to the left, one to the right. As we're seeing some defensive subs already for the Gladiators here in the first quarter. Another play, another no gain for Altavista. This time it was a handoff to number 7 for Altavista.
Davis, the ball carrier.
Davis carried that football forward. And
Hagee.
Forward momentum maybe gave him a yard there. We'll give him a yard. 3rd and 9 for Altavista.
We'll see on the tackle.
Hagee again on the tackle.
Gain.
And Caden Cook Cash also involved, doing it on both sides of the ball here, is the freshman. So 3rd and 9 for Altavista. Still in the first quarter here, 37-0, Riverheads leading. As now they will put 4 receivers to the left. They'll have 3 of them bunched up right on the edge of the line of scrimmage. Jones will run out quickly to the left, trying to get the corner. He does. Turns the corner, picks up big yardage. Depends where they mark him out of bounds.
Jones, the ball carrier.
But he was approaching the first down marker. As they'll spot him well before the first down. He's only going to gain about 5 or 6 on that play. So it's still going to bring up 4th
And 3 yards.
4th and 3 here for Altavista. Their punting has not been good this game. You almost wonder if they might as well just go for it if they're not going to be able to punt it downfield. I didn't see any players change here, so we'll see what they're going to do as they have 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Jalen Jones behind the center looking to take the snap in a shotgun formation. 3rd and needs 3 yards on 4th down. He's going to throw it outside to the left. He catches it. A great pitch and catch. Number 5 will pick up the first down. As
with the catch.
Caleb Cawthron makes the catch, the junior wide receiver. And a nice little play there for Altavista to pick up what they need for a first down.
For Altavista.
Their second first down of the ball game. They're out to the 44-yard line. So there you go. If you're not going to be able to punt it, take your chance there, and they get what they need for the first down with a quick little throw out to Cawthron on the outside. And they get the first down. Trips to the left. Jalen Jones with Dawkins just to his left. Jones gives it to Dawkins. Dawkins comes close, comes to the near sideline, gets yardage, and gets about 5 yards, and he's close to the 50. We'll spot him here at the 49. So a 5-yard carry there by Dawkins. Matches his best carry of the night.
On the tackle. Gain of 6.
Mr. Bradley gave him 6 yards. I'm only giving him 5. Chris Brooks involved in that tackle. He's playing the defensive back position out here on the near sideline right now. And this time he will be paired up solo with an Altavista receiver as there's trips to the left. Jones takes this snap. He pitches it back to number 7, and he's going to get tackled for a loss.
Jones, the ball carrier.
Spotted back at the 47-yard line. I say that's a 2-yard loss for Altavista.
Number 7, Davis, the ball carrier.
As pressure was coming quickly on Jones, and he had to get rid of that football, pitch it probably quicker than he'd want to.
On the tackle.
And that defensive pressure was able to just fall right over to the new ball carrier, and nowhere for him to go. So 3rd and 6 here for Altavista. 23 seconds left here in the first quarter. 37-0 Riverheads. Jones looking to pass. He does to the near sideline. Number 6 catches it. He's going to have a first down. Had a nice pop here on the sideline, but first down yardage for Altavista, and they will be in Riverheads territory for the first time tonight. As a nice play there on 3rd down to get enough yardage for a first down and move the chains and move the ball forward. But that should be the end of the first quarter here at Riverheads, where the Gladiators have absolutely dominated, particularly on the offensive side of the football. Having yet to be tackled has the Gladiator through the first quarter. 37-0. Riverheads leads this one against Altavista. Winner will move on to the Region 1B final. If Riverhead's able to keep this lead going, they will be able to host the winner of William, Campbell, and Central Ludenberg happening up the road tonight. We'll see if we can get a score for you.
Tonight's also a special night for one of our own. Dr. Moore's birthday is today.
Dr. Moore's birthday today, Mr. Bradley just announced.
Would like to present to Dr. Moore a card and a gift from Riverheads High School.
That's nice. They're honoring
Thank you, Dr. Moore.
Dr. Moore on the field down there with a birthday card and sign.
For Riverheads High School, its athletes and its people. You're special, Doc.
Great recognition there of Dr. Moore here as we go to the second quarter. The field house down there named after him for all that he's done for not only Riverheads but the entire community for so long.
Resumes to begin the second quarter.
And I don't think he ever thought he'd be celebrating a birthday with the Riverheads football game, but this year's different, huh? So good for Dr. Moore, and nice of the cheerleaders to be able to present that to him, or who all were able to present that to him. That's very nice. Here's a big play for Altavista as the quarterback had all room to run as he took the snap, goes to the left, and he had open field in front of him, was trying to put a move on a Riverheads defender, and he slips and falls. But first down carry, what a play there by the quarterback. And that's what you were able to see, what he was able to do in the scout film for Riverheads. He has that ability to run that football. He hasn't had space tonight, but right there showed a sign of what he's able to do. And he was just one step away from breaking that for a touchdown, but instead does give Altavista a first down. That is going to be marked down at the 29-yard line, but 1st and 10 for Altavista, trips to the right. As this carry looks from Dawkins up the middle, and that's going to be for little to no gain. Yep, and that was Dawkins, and just not a lot of blocking there for him as the entire defensive front from the Gladiators gobbled him up.
No gain on the carry.
As Noah Smiley with the tackle, first one to get there for the Gladiators. Do want to circle back to Dr. Moore there. Dr. Moore is one of those things in high school football and high school football community, special in this area. He's just a great example of years of service to the community and to a high school, and does what he can with free physicals and comes up here and helps out at football games, and he is Riverheads football, so great to honor him on his birthday. Here's Jones with the snap. He's in the backfield. He's looking for space, and he doesn't find a receiver because he finds a Riverheads defender. It is going to be intercepted there by Cole Burton, number 24. Great play by Cole Burton in coverage with a receiver, and it's just underthrown by Jones, and that's another turnover for Altavista, and it will give Riverheads the football
First down for Riverheads.
in their worst field position of the night. As that
28.
is at the 48, the 28. And that drive ends with 10:32 in the second quarter. And Riverheads takes over at that same spot. And we'll see if Riverheads gets tackled on this play. Snap from Dunlap. And it's the Zach Smiley with the football. He will get tackled. He gets the football, goes to the right, and picks up about 7.
On the tackle.
But not a touchdown. So for the first time tonight, a Riverheads Gladiator is denied a touchdown on an offensive play. But it's still a nice pickup there for Zach Smiley on first down, getting 8 yards. 2nd and 2 coming for the Gladiators. Dunlap under center. As the fullback finally gets the ball, it's Noah Smiley, and he's off to the races. And we'll see if he can make it. He's getting chased down by an Altavista defender, but he gets to the end zone. Number 12 for Altavista did a heck of a job. Tanner Cox not giving up on the play, but neither did Noah Smiley as the junior fullback gets the football, goes up the middle, and goes to the house for a huge touchdown for Riverheads. Where did they start that drive? It started at the 28. 64-yard touchdown run by Noah Smiley. Wow, just absolute offensive dominance here by the Gladiators as Noah Smiley
Conversion.
really makes up for his brother getting tackled. You know, Zach got tackled, so the little brother had to show him up and take that ball 64 yards to the end zone for the Gladiators. 6 offensive plays for the Gladiators, 5 touchdowns. The lead is now 44-0 early here in the second quarter. Riverhead's ready to kick this one. Altavista still getting things together.
Cooper Robeson will be kicking off for Riverheads.
As Altavista has come out on the field getting ready for this kickoff return. 9:45 on the clock, 44-0. Riverhead's leading, and they look to be moving on in the Region B playoffs here. And we will try to get you an update here maybe at halftime of what that other game's going on there. As Cooper Robeson kicks it away. He'll kick it deep. That's Dawkins catching it. He'll go out to the right, then cut back towards the middle of the field, and he has plenty of room as he will get to midfield. As a great kickoff return there for Altavista, as they'll bring it out to the 48-yard line, and that's where Altavista will start this drive.
First down for Altavista.
9:36 on the clock.
Flag on the field.
A flag out there, so we might have to see where this gets moved to. Face mask, so it will be even better yardage for Altavista. It should be just of the 5-yard variety.
5 yards.
As that was not a personal foul. So that gets over to the other 47.
Face mask, the call against Riverheads. First down.
Face mask call there by the Riverheads.
47.
Kickoff coverage. As Altavista will start this drive in Riverheads territory. Jalen Jones had a nice little drive last time, picking up some good yards before he threw his interception. Let's see if he goes back to that. This time he's going to give it to Dawkins. He's going to go out to the right side, trying to find space, trying to find the corner. He finds none of it.
The ball carrier.
As he's tackled inbounds, that clock will keep running as he will gain 1 yard, trying to go out to the right side. Good coverage there
Brooks on the tackle
by the Riverheads defense. Chris Brooks with the tackle for the Gladiators. As I don't see any starting numbers in there for the Gladiators here early in the second. Altavista will come out on 2nd and 9 with trips to the left. Jones looking to take the shotgun snap. He does. He gives it to Dawkins, and he absolutely has nowhere to go. Gobbled up immediately. He's dragged backward, but they will spot him at the 48.
Dawkins, the ball carrier. John Wood with the tackle. Loss on the play. Third down and 12 yards to go.
So a loss there, 3-yard loss. Great defensive play by John Wood up front. So I guess that's a starting defender there. He gets a lot of plays with the first-string defense, but a great play getting through the line of scrimmage, getting it for a loss, setting up 3rd and 12 for Altavista. They're right at midfield as Jones will take the snap and look to pass downfield. Under pressure again. He's going out to the right side, and he is not going to escape that pressure. Sacked all the way back at the other
Cash on the sack.
43-yard line.
Loss on the play.
Huge loss.
4th down.
Probably another 7-yard loss. Going to be now 4th and 19. Scoreboard says 4th and 22, but it's going to be a little less than that. As Zach Smiley is going to be deep for the punt. This punting unit for Altavista has not had a successful night. We'll see if they're able to have a little more success here as they'll be punting with this snap coming from the 44-yard line. Snap's good. Kick is much better. And it goes down to Zach Smiley, who fair catches it. And good-handed Zach Smiley will catch that right at their own 30.
It'll be first down and 10 for Riverheads.
With 7:13 to go, Riverheads will take over. Another 3-and-out for Altavista. They've only had 2 3-and-outs tonight. Their other drives, they have found some first downs here and there. That's their 3rd 3-and-out, excuse me. But no drive there for Altavista as they punt that one away. But their best punt of the night and field position will be their reward, as we will see second-string quarterback Brooks come in the game.
Quarterback number 16, Chris Brooks.
Chris Brooks coming in as he will take this snap under center from their own 30-yard line for the Gladiators. They'll have everyone in tight here on 1st and 10. Brooks will give it to the running back. He'll fight forward for some yardage, stays on his feet, and picks up 6 yards.
Number 21, Isaac Hartless.
Isaac Hartless with a great carry there for the Gladiators. 6-yard pickup.
Farmer on the tackle. Gain of 6 on the carry.
Isaac Hartless, he has 5 carries, 22 yards on the season. before that play. Just picked up 6 more, and he's going to get the ball again, and this time going to fight towards the line of scrimmage, and he's going to pick up
The ball carrier.
a yard or 2.
Farmer on the tackle. 3rd down and 2.
So 3rd and 2 for the Gladiators. Chris Brooks under center, 42 coming in motion. He's going to get the pitch back. He's going to fight forward. He's going to have first down yardage, looking for a little bit more, but he will get tackled at the 44. That's enough for a first down, and that is Luke Bryant, his 8th carry on the season.
First down.
He had 72 yards on the season coming into that play, and he adds to that with his first down carry, getting it out to the 44-yard line. 5:36 on the clock. Fullback's going to get that football right up the middle. He's stopped at the line of scrimmage but keeps his feet and then fights forward for more yardage. And nice carry there by number 20, Cody Cash. As it looked like he was going to be stopped for no gain, but then he does fight forward to pick up 3 yards. That was his 9th carry on the season. He had 37 yards coming into the football game. Now he's at 40. Luke Bryant's going to get this ball again. He's going to try to go to the outside. He does not get the corner, so he turns it up, and he gets back to the line of scrimmage, and then still on his feet. Now he's reversing field again. He needs to go to him there as he was trying to reverse field for the second time and did not have the speed, and he has a huge loss there, a lesson learned for the young running back as Luke Bryant ran out to the left. Did a good job staying on his feet. It looked like he was going to come down for no gain, but then he tried to reverse field again, the sophomore running back, and that's you just got to be one of those special freak athletes to reverse the field twice. And Luke Bryant still developing his freak athlete skill as he was unable to achieve his goal there, reversing field, and he gets brought down for a big loss, and he sets up 3rd and 14 for the Gladiators. And that'll be something he can learn from moving in the future, as he probably just needed to lean forward and pick up what yardage he could rather than that last effort of going backwards to try to find a way forward. Riverheads too tight. As the fullback's going to get it, it's Cash, and he's running out to the right side. He has first down yardage. Big pickup for the running back. He nearly fumbles, but he still holds on to the football as a big hit at the end of the play as he gets it inside the 20, and this ball will be marked at the 17.
Cox on that last tackle.
I think a 43-yard carry before we see what this penalty was. We'll see who it's against. But first down yardage for the Gladiators inside the red zone. As we'll have a late block in the back for the Gladiators. But that will be only a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the penalty. So it's still a first down for the Gladiators. I think that block in the back kind of happened right as the tackle was happening there against the Gladiators. So when you've already gained 43 yards, you still get your first down even with the penalty.
It was against Riverheads, first down.
So this will be 1st and 10.
Block in the back call against Riverheads.
1st and 10 for the Gladiators. They'll be taking this snap from the 24-yard line.
The 23.
So 24 yards from the end zone with 4:12 to go. 44-0. Riverheads leading this one. As this one will go to number 9 for the Gladiators. He's going to find some yardage up the middle and cut that first down in half.
Number 9, David Austin.
David Austin with the tackle. I believe that's going to be his first of the season.
Sheik on the tackle.
I don't even have him on the roster. He might be up from JV.
Gain of 5 on the carry.
Yep, his first carry of the season, and it comes in a playoff game, a region semifinal. Halftime up the road, Strasburg leading 17-0 over Page County. So 17-0 Strasburg at halftime as David Brooks takes this one forward.
Number 19, Ethan Eppard, the ball carrier. And back to Riverheads, first down. Davis on the last tackle. First down and goal for Riverheads at the 9.
So a great carry there to get first down yardage, because that was another non-rostered player, I believe, there for the Gladiators getting a carry.
Delay of game, the call.
Yeah, Ethan Eppert, he is on there. He's a 10th grader, but I do think that was his first carry of the season.
5 yards on the penalty for
Nope.
delay of the game.
Haven't said anything right for the last minute.
First down and goal.
Ethan Eppert, that's his second carry of the season.
Number 14.
He came into the game with 4 yards on 1 carry, and he added to that there with a nice first down carry, getting that ball inside the 10, but then a penalty will move the Riverheads offense back, and now it's first and goal from the 14-yard line. This will be a pitch back to the Riverheads running back as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Number 18, Jacob
Number 18,
Wright,
Jacob Wright,
the junior running back. That's his 5th carry on the season. He had 18 yards coming in.
Called a gain of 1.
Gained a yard there to make it first and goal from the 13. Second and goal from the 13. Fumbled at the line of scrimmage. I think Altavista has it. Quarterback was coming back away from the line of scrimmage, did not have the football. We'll see who they have it. Nope, Riverheads was able to fight for the football underneath there. It looked like Altavista was able to be right there for it, but unable to come away with the football. But it will still be third and goal, a yard loss for the Gladiators. So third and goal from the 14 with 1:39 and ticking on the clock. Chris Brooks comes to the sideline for the play call, as he has Ethan Eppert out there with him, as well as Cody Cash and Ethan Barger. 19 will get the football. He'll go out to the left side, fight for yardage, and he gets a nice little gain to inside the 10. So about a 5-yard gain. Eppert with the carry there. And I'll apologize for being slow on the names here, guys. All my notes are for starters.
With the tackle. 4th down and goal from the 9.
So 4th and goal from the 9, and I think we will see the Riverheads field goal unit come out. You might wonder why Riverheads is trying to tack on points here. You got to put your kids in-game experiences here, and you want your field goal kicker, as we saw last week, how important that can be. This could be an important kind of kick at a later moment, so go ahead and get Cooper Robeson out there with the clock ticking. As the snap is good, the kick is up.
26 yards on the
26-yard field goal, no good, as it will not go through the uprights, and as he will stay with 1 made field goal on the season and now has missed 2, and that one from the 26. So 44-0, Riverheads lead remains as they come away with no points there, but a long drive taking about 7 minutes off the clock, and there's only 28 seconds left on the clock as Altavista will take over from the 19-yard line of their own. We'll see what Altavista elects to do here before the half, as they're going to split 3 out to the right, 1 to the left. Jalen Jones setting it up to take the shotgun snap. Jones takes a snap. He keeps it. He's going to come here to the near sideline. He's going to have a lot of space to run. He might be off to the races. He's faster than this defense. So he will go to the end zone for an 81-yard touchdown.
With the carry for the score.
Jalen Jones to the end zone there. And there's an Altavista one-play, one-touchdown drive of their own. It's just they've given up a couple others to the Gladiators.
Draft in Buffalo Gap late in the third. 38 Stewart's Draft, 20 Buffalo Gap.
Buffalo Gap fighting over there in Stewart's Draft, 38-20. The Cougars lead late in the third. So Buffalo Gap not shying away there in that update there. But good score there for Altavista for their sake. A lot's gone against them tonight. But that was a positive note as Jalen Jones races 81 yards to the end zone. The extra point will get blocked with 17 seconds to go. Riverheads leads 44-6.
With the extra point block.
We'll be back with Riverheads football.
Riverheads 44.
Back here at Riverheads, want to again thank our sponsors, Charlie Obaugh Auto Group, Southern States, Augusta Petroleum, and Dave Brooks Electric for sponsoring Riverheads football. Altavista gets on the board with an 81-yard touchdown run by the quarterback, Jalen Jones. He takes the ball to the left and just had green space in front of him. And he races down the near sideline for that touchdown. Had to be a relieving score for Altavista after all that had gone wrong, particularly in the first quarter for the Colonels. They will get ready to kick off here just before half, 17 seconds left in the half. Not much action will be had here before the halftime whistle, as Isaac Quinship will get back there to kick it off. Last time Altavista kicked off, Riverheads returned it for a touchdown. Altavista kicks this one short as Burton will get that football, and he'll come over here to the near sideline. As he's got some space, he jumps a guy, gets out past the 45 and to the 50.
Number 24.
Before he gets taken out. Cole Burton there with a nice little return out to midfield. 9 seconds on the clock here before the half.
Farmer on the tackle. It'll be 1st and 10 for Riverheads.
Altavista not wanting to kick it deep there after what happened last time. They didn't, on a safety kick, they didn't kick it deep either. So Riverheads will start this drive on their own 48 with 9 seconds on the clock. We'll see if they just take a knee here or if they give it to a running back. Brooks still in at quarterback. They'll give it to the fullback up the middle. And he has nowhere to go, and that will run the clock out on the first half, as that was number 39, Ethan Barger with the carry. But that will take us to halftime, 44-6. Riverheads leading this one as we go into the half. We're going to take a little break on the audio here, and we'll be back with the second half here as you enjoy the sights of Riverheads halftime.
fully equipped operations when I get around. The marching band was under the direction of Elizabeth Alta. Percussion instructor was Alice Moore. Student leaders include racing Trowery, drum major and woodwind captain, Al Jager, drumline captain, Natalie Golan, water captain, Matthew Bell, brass captain, Savannah McLemore, assistant drum major, Aiden Henry, equipment manager, and Alyssa Russell, uniform manager. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for the marching gladiators.
Welcome back here to Riverheads High School as we are closing in on halftime here. 44-6 at the half. Riverheads leading Altavista in the Region 1B semifinal. As we're searching for some scores for you, William Byrd leading Wilson 20-6, 4:16 left in the second quarter. I'll take any scores Jeff Wright gives me right now. I know Stewart's Draft, that's probably one of the more urgent scores. That is a playoff game. Region 2B playoffs. Draft 45, Buffalo Gap 20, with 4:32 left in that ball game. Wow. Rockbridge County, the number 1 seed in Class 3C, they're trailing 28-7 at the half to Heritage. Heritage, a very powerful team. That's showing the strength of Region 3C right there, where a 4 seed's doing that to a number 1 seed. Here at Riverheads, though, 44-6. It was all Riverheads early in this ball game, especially in the first quarter. We were into the second quarter before a Gladiator was even tackled. The opening kickoff was returned for touchdown by Aiden Miller, the junior running back. He took it all the way to the house to set the tone for Riverheads. Then Riverheads forced a 3-and-out, and on the punt attempt,
Central of Wise County, 32, Tazewell, 0.
Riverheads forcing a 3-and-out on Altavista. They go to punt, and the ball goes flying over the punter's head, and they have to go fall on it, and that's a safety, 2 points for Riverheads. So Riverheads was up 9-0 really quickly here in this one. So then Riverheads gets
14, Page County, 0.
the next offensive possession. They start that drive at the Altavista 35 after a kickoff after the punt. That's when Zach Smiley gets the first offensive play of the ball game, and that's when he goes 35 yards to the house on the one play, and he, with that carry, set a new rushing yard mark for Riverheads, passing Logan Moore's 5,358 yards. He eclipses that mark, and now every yard he makes from here out will increase the yardage record here at Riverheads. He also owns the touchdown mark here, as he has 94 touchdowns on the season. He's added 2 on tonight's total. Earlier in the season, he passed Logan Moore's 89 record. So he will now be the new record holder for running backs here at Riverheads, which has a long history of great running backs for the last 25 years under Coach Casto, but also prior to that, some great athletes have come through the school as well. And Zach Smiley will now be the record holder in many different areas there for the running backs. So moving on from there, the Riverheads scored again on another one-play drive. Zach Smiley again with the touchdown there. That one was a 30-yard carry. The next offensive opportunity for Riverheads, they get a touchdown from Bennett Dunlap to Landon Leitner, a 30-yard hook up there for a touchdown. And then one more offensive series for Riverheads, as Caden Cook-Cash, he goes to the house 33 yards to the house, and Riverheads to that point still had not been tackled. Every single time they had the football in their hands, they went to the end zone, and that last touchdown there was scored with 4:16 left in the first quarter. From there, Altavista was able to drive for a bit before they turned the ball over just after the second quarter started. And there, Zach Smiley got a carry, ran for 8 yards, the first time a Riverheads player was tackled tonight. But then on the next play, 64 yards to the end zone, Noah Smiley goes to the house, and he scores with 9:45 left in the first half. And that was the last Riverhead score. That made it 44-0 early in the second quarter, and that's the last time Riverhead scored. They did have another long 7-minute drive where they ended it on a field goal attempt that was unsuccessful. But just before the half, Altavista was able to score after that missed field goal. The next play, 81-yard touchdown. Jalen Jones, who has had a tough night all night trying to get the ball out of the backfield, finally found some space to run to the outside, and he went 81 yards for a touchdown for pretty much the only bright spot for the Altavista Colonels tonight. They have turned the ball over twice. They have suffered a safety, and they punted away 3 times. Riverheads did end the ball there at the end of the half. That was the only time they didn't at least attempt to score on a drive. They missed that 1 field goal, and then they scored touchdowns on 5 offensive possessions, and to lead it all off was a kickoff return for touchdown. Any other scores? No other scores of note. We will get you finals as we get them. We have not gotten a Central Lunenburg versus William Campbell score. We have everybody in the press box searching for it. I did my best. Feel free to tweet it to me at Leland GM if you get it. I will read it out loud, and I'll say your name if you want me to, as I know all our listeners are looking forward to seeing who Riverheads looks to play next week, as they should be hosting that football game next Friday night here at Riverheads for the Region 1B Championship, a championship Riverheads has taken each of the last 4 or 5 years. I actually don't have that record here written in front of me, but Riverheads has dominated Region 1B since these regions came back into existence. Riverheads was playing in the conferences before that. That's how the state was set up. But when they did switch back to the regions, I guess that was 5 years ago, Riverheads has been in Region 1B, and they have sailed through Region 1B easily each one of those years. Riverheads has been in the state championship game each one of those years, losing that first year and then winning the last 4 straight. We are beginning the second half as luck has gone Riverhead's way again. As Cooper ropes and kicks it, it hits an Altavista front player there off his leg, rolls around on the ground, and Aiden Miller, heads up play, runs down, jumps on the football. And where Altavista was planning to play some offense and maybe build on that momentum that they gained with their quarterback. And again, momentum being strong there as Riverheads has owned this football game, but still some offensive positives happened there on that 81-yard touchdown. Now they will immediately go on defense as Cole Burton's going to get the football up the middle, and he's going to go to the house. Cole Burton, backup fullback, runs up the center, and 45-yard touchdown for Riverheads to open up the second half. So Riverheads gets the ball immediately to start this second half, and they're on the scoreboard, 11:29 on the clock, as everything's gone Riverhead's way. But Burton gets on the scoreboard, adding to his season totals. He's now has 3 touchdowns on the season, as Cooper Robeson does put that extra point up and through. So it's now 51-6 for the Gladiators, as Riverheads will be right back on the field to kick it off again. And we'll see where this one is kicked. But absolutely, everything has gone Riverhead's way. Even just where the ball can bounce a certain way or this way or that way, it's all gone in Riverhead's favor. I think Riverheads has been dominant without luck going their way, but luck has surely been on their side as well. And you hope that can pull through. It takes skill and talent and hard work to win a state championship, but it also takes a little bit of luck. You hope some of the luck you're seeing tonight, Riverheads isn't using it all up. You would hope that they would be able to find more luck as the postseason continues, as the road will get harder as it carries on. Next week, hosting a Region B championship. And that should be a bit of a tougher opponent. William Campbell beat Altavista by a good margin last week, as William Campbell won that game 48-13. So William Campbell obviously playing at a better clip than Altavista is right now. And then Central Lunenburg, a team we don't have a lot of numbers on, but still you would assume is going to put up a bigger fight than we've seen here tonight, as this football is going to roll inside the 5 and does not go into the end zone as the Altavista player hopes, and he'll run out of bounds inside the 5. That was that Dawkins. He thought that ball was going to roll into the end zone, and when it kind of popped up and he realized it wasn't, he had to pick it up and try to run it forward. And a bad turn of luck, but I'd say that's a bad decision by Dawkins. He probably just should have got that as soon as he could and tried to run it forward. But instead, Altavista will start inside their own 5 at the 4. with 11:16 on the clock. We will have a running clock here in the second half. That'll help move this along. But 1st and 10 from the 4 for Altavista. 51-6, Gladiators lead. We are seeing some starters here on offense for Riverheads. You just got to keep their speed up. It's not laying it on them. It's just keeping it there. As that play will go for positive yards out to the left side. Caden Cook-Cash involved in the tackle there. Dawkins runs it out. Looks 6 or 7 yards there. A nice gain there for Dawkins. Probably his best carry of the night. A lot of the big positive plays for Altavista tonight have been from passes or the quarterback running the football, obviously, for that long 81-yard touchdown. But that brings up 2nd and 3 for Altavista. They're trying to find the 14-yard line for a first down. Dawkins gets the carry. He's over to the left. He'll have a little bit of a gain.
The ball carrier.
Not enough for a first, but he should get about a yard and bring up 3rd and 2.
Third down and 2.
Colonel's spacing 3rd and 2. They'll have trips to the right. Looks like it still is Jalen Jones taking the shotgun snap here. He has Dawkins right there trying to find 2 yards here for the first down to keep this drive alive. The snap, it will go to Dawkins. It won't go anywhere. The defensive front from Riverheads all over him as they will spot that back at the 10. So he will lose 2 yards, and he'll bring up 4th and 4 for Altavista from the 10-yard line. And this is where you got to watch if Altavista's looking to punt again. The last time they were down this direction punting, that ball went over the punter's head. It was a safety. And the punter will be once again standing in the end zone trying to get this punt off. As Riverheads doesn't look like they're bringing much pressure as they have Miller off the line of scrimmage. There's no pressure coming. Good snap. And he'll kick that ball away. As it's a wobbly punt, it'll roll in Altavista's favor. There you go. Out past the 40, and it should be down at the 45. So another 3 and out for Altavista as they gained 6 yards on that set of downs. But with 8:45 on the clock, Riverheads will take over at the Altavista 42-yard line.
10 for Riverheads at the 43.
So we will see more subs here on offense as we've seen throughout the first half. A lot of the same guys, it looks like, as we saw at the end of the first half.
Chris Brooks at quarterback.
But Chris Brooks will remain at quarterback, number 16. He is the sophomore quarterback playing behind sophomore Bennett Dunlap. Riverheads will split one out to the left. Brooks under center. Gives it to number 9 as he's going to find a hole up the middle and get about 3 yards. That was the name I didn't write down.
Alston, the ball carrier.
Alston. We believe he's up from JV's.
Reynolds on the tackle. Gain of 2.
Late sub here from the Riverheads offense. Brooks takes the snap. He gives it to his running back, number 35. He comes over to the left side, turns upfield, picks up a big gain as he runs that ball from the 40 down to the 25, 15-yard gain for
Archie, the ball carrier.
Shane Archer.
Allen on the tackle, and that's the Riverheads. First down.
Another JV back. I've seen him on the NFHS network on Wednesday nights running the football. He found similar success right there with his first varsity carry, I believe. Do not see him on the stat book here. He's lined over on the wing as Austin is looking to get that football, but Chris Brooks unable to get the snap. Riverheads will fall back on it but no gain for the Gladiators as that brings up 2nd and 10. The quarterback center exchange not going smoothly with this duo here, as this is things you see when you get the second string and deeper in the ball game. As this offense is being led right now by a couple JV players at the running back positions. Chris Brooks, a sophomore quarterback. Austin's going to get the ball. He's going to go forward. He's out for about 8-yard gain. Nice carry there as he just turns upfield immediately and uses some quick steps to get through that line of defenders from Altavista and moves the ball ahead on 2nd down for about 7 yards. Let's call it 3rd and 3 for the Gladiators.
3rd down and 3.
Brooks under center, does get the snap. He gives it to his fullback up the middle. He's going to have the 3 yards and more. And he's close to the 10-yard line, inside the 10. I think he's going to be marked down at the 9. As he might be hobbling just a touch.
Ethan Barger, the ball carrier.
Ethan Barger, the fullback on that play. Nice play, moving the ball forward. And fought off some contact. He had the 1st down, but fought off contact to pick up even more. And it is going to be 1st and goal for the Gladiators from the 9-yard line.
1st down and goal at the 10.
Just under 5 minutes to play here in the 3rd quarter with this running clock. 5 seconds on the play clock. We're probably going to see a delay of game. There's no way. And it will be a delay of game.
5 yards.
And we've seen Coach Casto do this before, trying to keep from immediately getting in the end zone. It's tough with these kids that practice all week, practice all season. They just want to get their chance to get on the football field, and when they have their chance, it's hard to just knee it. So Coach Casto does take the approach of trying to take some penalties and have play calls that kind of keep the ball out of the end zone. He has not a lot of desire to add more points to the scoreboard, as he's done enough to win here tonight. But he's letting these guys play. Again, another fumbled snap. And this time Chris Brooks going to have to dive down on it on 1st down. And that will turn the ball over.
Ball's recovered by.
So I'd say that's the first turnover of the ball game. A fumbled snap with 4 minutes left on the clock, and Altavista will take over. And they're at the 16-yard line. And Altavista's offense back on the field. And now we're seeing definitely the subs in on defense. They gave the starting defense just one more crack at it there to get some second half action, but they're back out. Jalen Jones back there taking the snap, looking way downfield as he's under pressure from this Riverheads defensive front. He does find a man to throw the ball towards, but unable to connect with the receiver of Altavista, as he found a nice open spot, but they just weren't able to connect, as Jalen Jones ran for his life back there. And finally did find a receiver to throw the ball toward. Glenn Nolan, the junior receiver, was the intended receiver. So now it will be 2nd and 10 for Altavista. Jalen Jones takes the snap. He's coming over to the near sideline. He's looking downfield to pass the ball. He's under pressure. Now he's going back to the left side, reverses field. He does have green grass. He has a 1st down. He's getting towards midfield, and he'll walk out of bounds as they're able to get him stopped, will the Riverheads Gladiators, before he goes all the way to the end zone, as he gets pushed out of bounds. And he'll be spotted back here at the 38. I could not find where he was spotted. Looked like he was out closer to midfield, but he must have stepped out about the 38-yard line.
At the 38.
And that'll be 1st and 10 for Altavista, 1st down there. Couple scores. William Byrd up 20-6 on Wilson at halftime. Stanton up 20-7 on Waynesboro at halftime. Waynesboro giving up some points there. They've done a good job on defense all season, maybe except against Rockbridge, but good against most other teams. But right there giving up 20 first-half points to Stanton, a team that has not found a lot of offensive success. Here's Altavista's snap. It's a shotgun snap. He'll give it to his running back in the backfield. He'll run to the near sideline, out past the 40. And that was Dawkins ahead for about 3 yards. And he looks banged up. He's had a tough night, too. All these guys for Altavista have just had a battle against these Riverheads defensive front in the first half, just really controlling everything they did. Whole bunch of 3-and-outs, whole bunch of hard hits. And you can see it worn on these Altavista offensive running backs here. As Altavista is looking at 2nd and 6 here, late in the third quarter, 1:17 and counting on the clock. Jalen Jones will take the snap. He'll give it to Dawkins. He'll go to the left, nowhere to go, but he's going to bounce and try to get to the outside. Still will be taken down for a loss.
Dawkins, the ball carrier.
1 yard loss for Dawkins. And yeah, we're still saying the starters' names for Altavista. They do not have a lot of subs on that far sideline. I don't think it's a matter of keeping the starters in too long here. I think it's just fielding the team
3rd down
for the Colonels right now.
and 7 yards to go.
So nothing to be said about Jalen Jones still taking these snaps and Dawkins still making these carries. There just isn't that many guys over on that far sideline to come in. So now 3rd and 7 for Altavista. That was a yard loss by Dawkins, as that's going to be a hopefully no penalty there, and they won't. As Jalen Jones will look downfield, and he will not be able to connect with his receiver, number 5, unable to catch it. That's Caleb Cawthron. He had a catch earlier in this football game, but unable to connect right there, setting up 4th and 7 for Altavista. They have been punting the ball better, so you do wonder if maybe they go ahead and punt this one away and give Riverheads the long field. But we will wait till the 4th quarter to find out, as Riverheads leads this one 51-6 going into the 4th quarter here at Riverheads. Back here as we enter the 4th quarter, 12 minutes to go in this ball game. It will be a running clock. Altavista with the decision to make here on 4th and 7. As they will keep their offense on the field. Chains looked a little strange over there. Jalen Jones takes the snap. He's looking to the left. He finds a receiver, but not able to connect as it was into the ground, as the Riverheads defense gets the stop, and that will turn the ball over on downs back to the Gladiators. The receiver there looking for a flag. That ball was thrown into the ground in front of him. So with 11:40 on the clock, we'll open up this 4th quarter with Riverheads now with the football.
Now at quarterback number 14, Lucas Edward.
42 yards away from the end zone. I believe this is where Riverheads started the last drive before they turned it over with a fumble. We will see a new quarterback for the Gladiators. Number 14 gives it to number 9, Austin. Austin runs forward, and he's breaking away. And he's going to have his first varsity football touchdown as he gets hit going into the end zone. But they'll still give him 6 points, as that will increase the Riverheads lead 57-6, as he got punished at the end of his first varsity touchdown. But what a carry there. Lucas Edward came in at quarterback but turned around and gave it to Austin, the running back, who runs it 42 yards to the end zone. Riverheads extending their lead. Cooper Robeson on to kick. Snap is good. Hold is good. Kick is also good. 58-6 with 11:07 to go here in this ball game. Riverheads leading Altavista in this Region B semifinal.
Narrows is up on Perry McClure, 21-8 in the third quarter.
Getting some updates.
21, Perry McClure 8.
Narrows leading Perry McClure 21-8. That's Region 1C. Narrows had not given up a touchdown until that game. Galax is up 21-7 at the half. So some familiar Class 1 names. None of those teams mentioned would be a factor for Riverheads until a state championship scenario. It's George With who's Galax is playing. We are efforting to get some updates on Central Lunenburg, and they're playing at Central Lunenburg, William Campbell, and we cannot find any updates. If we had them, we'd be giving them to you. I know Stewart's Draft went on to win their football game. I didn't get the final number from my source here, but I know Draft won that game. They will go on to host. It looked like Strasburg was going to be that opponent, as Strasburg was playing Page County very tough, as this kickoff will go deep, and it will go into the end zone, and that will have Altavista start this drive at their own 20. 45-20 was the final at Stewart's Draft. Buffalo Gap season ends. A nice season for them. That big win over Luray was one of their high notes, but making the playoffs also a expectation out at Buffalo Gap. They did that. They got in the playoffs, and they kept fighting against Stewart's Draft in that ball game, but they do go down 45-20. Stewart's Draft moves on. They will host either Strasburg or Page County. We'll work on those scores as well, as we have 10:38 left here, as Altavista will start this drive at their own 20, 1st and 10. Jalen Jones at quarterback. Trips to the left. That's going to be the near side. They're bunched up right at the end of the line of scrimmage. Some confusion, as they had too many guys on the field. So Altavista will take a timeout rather than take the penalty there. They had 4 guys on the left side, and that was too many. As we take time out, we will once again recognize our great sponsors here of Riverheads Football. They sponsor Riverheads Football in many different ways, including the broadcast here for the NFHS Network. Dave Brooks Electric, Charlie Oba Auto Group, and Southern States Augusta Petroleum, all great sponsors of Riverheads Football. And if you notice around this facility, you see those same sponsors popping up here and there with signs as they're continual sponsors of Riverheads Football and Riverheads Athletics. So make sure you think about that as you honor these businesses. As I was offered some soccer scores that I don't even know what those initials mean. I don't think he's listening here. So reference to the Yak Sports Podcast, find us on Spotify, Apple, Google, and Podbeam. The Yak Sports Podcast, you can hear my voice and the voice of Joe Deck. We will break down all this football action. We do it every single week. As Altavista is going to take the snap, they're going to give it to a wide receiver. He's going to look to throw the ball, but he decides not to. He pulls it down, going to the far side, and he gets punished out near that far sideline as the clock will keep running after he gains about a yard on that play. And it looked like a trick play coming as the quarterback threw it or handed it off to a wide receiver coming in jet motion, and then he took off downfield. I think they were looking to throw it back to the quarterback, but not time to do that with this Riverheads pressure even coming from these backups, as they will gain 2 yards there on that scramble of a play. 58-6, Riverheads leading this Region 1B semifinal. Trips to the left, and only trips this time. Jalen Jones takes this snap. He gives it to Dawkins. Dawkins goes up the middle. He fights for yardage to the right side. He does get a pickup of 3 or 4 there. Gets it out beyond the 25. But 3rd and 3 coming for Altavista.
3rd down.
8:50 on the clock.
And 4.
4 defensive subs come in for the Gladiators. Look like a lot of big guys, so this might be a fresh rush coming against the quarterback here on 3rd and 3. 3rd and 4. That ball was spotted at the 26. And we're back to trips to the left for Altavista, as there's only 2 Riverheads defenders on this near side. Quarterback's going to look to run this way and not throw, as he will get first down yardage, getting out past the 35 to the 40. Big hit there. Austin with a big hit on defense. He just had the big touchdown. But then he gets an opportunity for a big hit on defense and delivers coming from the safety position. Jones did have first down yardage before that big hit came, as he gets it out to the 39-yard line. But Austin with a nice play there. And if he's just up from JV, this is continues to be a bright future for this Riverheads football program, as these guys are playing well. Who all's Galex playing tonight? Last week, Mr. Bradley delivering some scores upstairs and didn't line up with the same opponent that they had earlier score update, but we do have an injury by an Altavista player after a run forward for about 2 yards, as an offensive lineman for Altavista grabbing his lower leg. And as I've mentioned, not a lot of subs over on that far side for the Colonels. It's Dr. Moore on his birthday out there to help the opposing players there, as he always does. Score update. Strasburg leading Page County 17-0 with 5:11 in the game. Looking to set up a Strasburg at Stewart's Draft Region 2B final. That would be a good game happening over in draft next week. As I know, Stewart's Draft also on the NFHS network, and I believe ESPN 1240 WTON was on the call tonight over there, and I wouldn't be surprised if they might just be back over there for that good ball game. Stewart's Draft hosted Strasburg just a couple years ago in the playoffs and came away with a nice victory there. But 2nd and 8 here for Altavista. Jones takes the snap, gives it to Dawkins. He's going up the middle, fighting for yardage, does break away from some tackles, but finally gets brought down. And that isn't Dawkins, that's number 7 for the Altavista Colonels, as he did. Davis, the carrier for Altavista, and he had a nice carry there. Doesn't get first down yardage, but does make it 3rd and short. We'll call it 3rd and 2 for the Colonels. I'm sorry, where the ball's sitting and where those chains are looks like 3rd and 1, but the chains on the far side show 3rd and 2. Jones takes the snap. He looks over to the right. He does find a receiver, and he's going to be tackled immediately, but he'll have first down yardage as the ball gets just past the 50, as number 5 for Altavista, Caleb Cothran, with the catch, and that's a first down, Altavista, as Jalen Jones does a good job finding his receiver, hitting him quickly, and getting that quick first down, and to extend this drive. Clock ticking, just about 6 minutes to go in this ball game. The Colonels looking to cut into this 58-6 lead by Riverheads. as Jones takes the snap. Look way downfield. He's launched it as the Riverheads defender's beat, but he makes up the
Pass complete.
and then gets tackled there at the 15 as the receiver did get a good position on the Riverheads defender, got behind him and then caught the ball, ran downfield. The Riverheads defender stayed right with him then and was eventually able to bring him down as this ball spotted just outside the 10 as another first down for Altavista. As Riverheads defender just got the ball thrown behind him there as Jones just immediately looked downfield, looked to throw the ball deep, and did just that. Connected with the receiver. As Jones will take the snap, he'll give it to his running back in the backfield. Does look like Dawkins this time. He'll go out to the left. Can he get into the end zone? He does. Touchdown Altavista. 6 points on the scoreboard. Currently 58-12 with 5:18 on the clock. Altavista cuts into this Riverheads lead late here in the fourth. As we'll see the Altavista kicker come onto the field. As this should be Isaac Quinship out to kick the extra point. Unsuccessful their last attempt. It was blocked. This snap is high. The kick is put through. And that ball is up and through. This will be good. 58-13. Riverheads leads this one, but Altavista scores with a 10-yard touchdown by Dawkins. Galax is playing George Wythe. 21-14, 9:14 to go in the third. So that's a battle happening down there at Galax. Galax again with a strong, undefeated ball club. The two teams coming out of 1C that you kind of look ahead at is Narrows, who's playing Perry McClure, and Galax, who's playing George Wythe there. And both of them in decent ball games. Narrows has a bit more of a lead there over Perry McClure, but Galax in a one-score game. Not what we have here. 58-13, 5:18 on the clock. Riverheads out to return this kickoff. Ferris and Miller deep. We'll see what Altavista decides to do with the kickoff here. They kicked it short last time they scored a touchdown. I believe Burton got the football. He brought it all the way back out to midfield. Miller, Aiden Miller, the junior running back, he was the one that returned the opening kickoff to the house for a touchdown. He is deep here. So I would be surprised if Altavista elects to kick it deep. Isaac Quinship running up to the football, kicks it short again. Riverheads gets the ball, falls right down on it as number 40. Yeah, that was Luke Bryant. Good job there, receiving it cleanly and then falling down on it, giving Riverheads the football. Nice field position at the 43-yard line.
With the football. It'll be first down and 10.
First and 10 for the Gladiators with 4:54 on the clock. Quarterback for Riverheads under center. Takes the snap, and I think he just kept it running forward. And good yardage.
Number 14, Lucas Edward, the ball carrier.
Lucas Edward, another sophomore quarterback.
Reynolds on the tackle. Gain of 6.
Ran the ball forward, 6-yard gain. Comes over to the sideline, gets the play call. As we're approaching 4 minutes to go in this ball game, Riverheads would like nothing more than just to run this 4 minutes off and get out of here. Edward takes a snap again, and he's running forward again. And we'll see where they spot it. The far zebra looks to be around the chains with the near one 3 yards behind. And they will spot this football
on the tackle. Third down and 1.
At the 48. And it will be 3rd and 1 for the Gladiators. So 9 yards gained on 2 plays by the sophomore quarterback, Lucas Edward, as he just ran it forward from the quarterback position twice in a row there. Let's see if they do it again here on 3rd and 1. He does have Ethan Barger behind him at fullback, but nope, quarterback will run it, but not fooled this time. Altavista right there on it, but great job there by Edward, taking on initial contact and then falling to the right and getting a first down. That moves the chains, and so with 3 minutes to go, Riverheads has a first down, and Riverheads will be in the area of able to run this clock out, maybe within this set of downs. See how quickly they spot the ball, as we are getting subs for the subs here. As Austin and number 35, Archer, I believe. I just don't have them on my roster. I will next week. Another bad exchange between the center and the quarterback. It is a different quarterback now, but Riverheads does fall down on it. But it will be for a loss, but that, like every play, keeps the clock running.
Milo covers the football, loss of 1.
Milo falls down on it. I think we're dealing with another JV player there. Up from the JVs, they had a successful season this year, going undefeated, winning another Shenandoah District title. Another undefeated season under Ryan Armstrong there. This will be by a carry by the fullback going forward, as that's Barger going forward.
Barger, the ball carrier.
Barger is how it's being pronounced upstairs. I'll go with that. As now we'll bring a couple of those other guys back on. Third and 11 for the Gladiators. 1:34 on the clock. Austin gets the snap. He's out up the middle. He's got room, and he's got a first down. He's going to take it to about the 32-yard line, as he nearly broke that one off again. As they're going to get a field goal. Field goal opportunity, and this is what I'm talking about. You get in these games, you want to give game situations to some of these players that aren't able to get it in a blowout. So with a minute to go, Riverheads will get their kicker, Cooper Robeson, out on the field. I believe that's Cooper.
Happy birthday, Stephanie.
Should be.
Today.
49 yards.
Field goal attempt by Riverheads.
49-yard field goal. This is a deep field goal for a high school kicker. As the snap is out, it's high. And Altavista will go get the ball. They'll fumble it themselves. But Riverheads doesn't get the opportunity to get the kick. The snap over the holder's head. And that's a lesson to be learned for Riverheads in a game that's nearly everything's gone their way. There's something with a first-team unit that did not go well. And a good little lesson there.
Riverheads will be playing the winner here of William Campbell and Central.
And it did not go well for Riverheads, but not a lot of harm there in a game that is 58-13. 45-point lead as the clock's ticking under 24 seconds. Altavista might only get this one play off. Let's see what they try to do here against Riverheads' defense, who's still running some guys out there.
Understand that game's in a rain delay, is why we haven't been able to find a score for it.
So we're hearing rain delay down Central Lunenburg. William Campbell, that's why we haven't been getting scores. Jones takes the snap. He's out to the right side. He has some space. He's going to be tackled and run out of bounds, but that clock's going to keep ticking, and that will be the ball game here at Riverheads, where they have won this one 58-13. Riverheads will move on to the Region 1B championship. And they will await the winner of that Central Lunenburg William Campbell football game that we've been unable to find scores for them, and we're hearing is in delay down there. So watch Twitter and the news this week. And I appreciate Mel, easily 283. You must be listening. I appreciate you throwing the tweeted me telling me that game is in rain delay, so appreciate your help. And whichever team you're following down there, I hope to see you next week, and thank you in person for the help, as we've been searching all night for scores, so at least there's an explanation there. Riverhead absolutely dominant in this football game. Early in this one, it was over. Altavista did not lay down. They were undermanned tonight, so they did seem tired at spots, but they kept fighting, kept finding a way for offense throughout the night. Finally did get on the board, but not nearly enough, as Riverheads was able to score just on consecutive offensive plays. 4 straight offensive plays were 4 straight touchdowns. It was the second quarter before a Riverheads Gladiator was tackled, and it just started behind the 8 ball there for Altavista as the coaches talked out there at midfield. They met and shook hands, and both teams go back to the end zones to wait on their head coach to come down and talk to them. Not a lot of drama in this ball game tonight, but still, this is why you come out and play the games, and you have to be thankful that these players have had the opportunity to play football this year with all that's happened. The delayed season from the fall and gone into the spring, they do have the opportunity to play now, and Altavista season will end. They'll move on to spring sports, traditional spring sports. Riverheads will keep playing as they will host the Region 1B Championship next week against William Campbell or Central Lunenburg. Again, watch the local news and Twitter and any different way. I will point you towards the Yak Sports Podcast. I'm Leland McCrae. I help host that podcast along with Joe Deck. Find us on Apple, on Google, on Spotify, and us on Podbean. And that is the YAC Sports Podcast. That's your Augusta County Sports. We've enjoyed bringing you this game here on the NFHS Network. I know also available on YouTube. As we will see if we will get Coach Casto up here for a post-game interview. As we won't have to ask him how he feels about playing next week's opponent yet, because we don't know who that is. But we can talk to him about some of the impressive offensive stats that they were able to achieve tonight, beating Altavista in this ball game and really ending this one early. We will also talk about his senior running back, Zach Smiley, who was able to set a new rushing record. Rushing records that were impressive on their own, set by Logan Moore about a decade ago. And you could have convinced me that maybe Riverheads wouldn't be able to advance those records. But not too long later here, Zach Smiley comes into the program and does just that. Setting a new rushing yard mark, but also extending his touchdown mark here at the school. Both impressive records. Riverheads here leading to victory 58-13 as we wait for Coach Caster to come up as he speaks with some of the fans there at the bottom of the stairs. And we will wait for him to come back up. We appreciate any time that he can give us in these post-game interviews. So Stewart's Draft advances in Region 2B, and it looked like Strasburg was going to advance in their game as well. We'll see if we get a final. And it's a final. Strasburg does advance, so we will know about the Strasburg Stewart's Draft game next week for the Region 2B championship. Riverheads will host a Region 1B championship here with the winner of Central Lunenburg and William Campbell. William Campbell beat this Altavista team just a week ago by about 35 points. We'll find out who that opponent is at some point. But we welcome Coach Casto as he is up here in the press box. As Coach, congratulations on the victory there, advancing in Region 1B playoffs. Let's talk about the gameplay first. You were very successful early and really got on them early. You were able to return in the opening kickoff. Just talk about that opening, when you return that opening kickoff, how much confidence does that give your team moving forward, already getting points on the scoreboard before your offense is even on the field?
Yeah, it gets started. I mean, we were up 9-0 before offense ever hit the field, and I hate to sound big-headed, but our kids were really focused. We had a great week of practice. We have a few kids that are boogered up a little bit, and they didn't play a whole lot, but the guys that did play, they certainly stepped up, and I don't think that Altavista is that bad. I mean, obviously had a lot of athletes on the field and stuff, but our kids were just ready to play, and especially our offensive line after last week. We challenged them pretty hard all week, and they certainly responded.
Obviously, setting up scores for your running backs to be able to score on 4 straight offensive plays. It was the second quarter before a Riverheads Gladiator was tackled. You were just able to find holes because your offensive line were creating them, and you're able to get a lot of guys in the end zone. Talk about that momentum early in this ball game where you guys were leading in the first quarter, 37 to nothing.
Yeah, it just seemed like one-play drives. We didn't have a whole lot of long drives, and it wasn't just one guy. I think Zach carried it twice, scored 2 touchdowns. Ended up carrying it 3 times during the game. Caden carried it once and scored a touchdown. I don't think he carried it again.
Cy Cox, I don't believe he carried it.
Well, Cy didn't play offense tonight.
Yeah.
And he's another one of our guys that we're trying to get healthy and get healed up, and he and Zach both, and our fullback Noah, I think, carried it once, and I think that. That Burton might have carried it once or twice. I mean, they didn't get a lot of totes, but they sure were effective when they did carry the football, and that goes back to the offensive line.
Sure.
And we spent a lot of time this week on making sure that we knew where we were going and how we were going and what we were supposed to be doing. And again, that's what the playoffs are. You've got to be ready to play, and if you're not ready to play, then your season's over. And our kids are very aware of that.
Your starting defense there, really, who you had starting in this football game really only had first quarter action. Then you started having some subs in there, but forcing multiple 3-and-outs, multiple turnovers. Talk about your defensive success tonight.
Well, our defense they've played really well. Our secondary plays well. Our linebackers are playing well, and our front four have played really well. Not just this ball game, but the entire season. And we had some other kids, some younger guys that came in and played well, and we have some other guys we expect more out of them than what they showed. Obviously, anytime we put a young man in the ball game, we expect him to play as well as he can possibly play, and it doesn't matter what the stage or the setting of the football game is. We want our guys to play well, and if they don't, then we certainly let them know.
So you win this game 58-13. The other game you're waiting on hearing about William Campbell, Central Lunenburg. Riverheads will take on the winner next week here at Riverheads in a Region B championship. That game's in rain delay, so we have no idea to even ask you what you think about that game. So let's jump back and talk about one specific player there, Zach Smiley. He gets singled out every single week because he does get these big stats, but they've added up to special numbers, surpassing Logan Moore's rushing yard mark, passing that 5,358 yards mark early in this ballgame on that first carry of the ballgame, and that's in addition to the touchdown record he set a couple of weeks ago and has added on to tonight with his 2 touchdowns. Just talk about Zach's spot in Riverhead's history as a running back. I know a lot of people go into the success for Zach, but talk about what he's been able to do and putting his name at the top of the record book.
Well, Zach he's a great young man, and Logan Moore is certainly a quality young man, and if there's going to be a guy that's going to break Logan's record, I'm glad that it's Zach, because Zach is a humble guy, just like Logan is, and Logan never. He never cared who scored or who got the yards. He was all about the team, and Zach's the same way. And it's just great that Zach has broken Logan's records. And again, Logan is an awesome person, and Zach is, and a more fitting person to hold the records than Zach, because he works extremely hard. Nothing's been given to him, and he's a team guy first, and he blocks for people, and he'll be the first guy to put his head down and not stick his chest out, because he is a great kid, a humble young man, and nothing could be, that's that's the whole Riverheads thing, and he's certainly a Riverheads kind of guy. He doesn't ask for anything, and he just does what we ask him to do. And it just so happened he's a very talented young man, and he ends up with the record, and I'm glad for him.
So Riverheads wins this game 58-13. Coach, congratulations on the victory, and we'll be back next week to call this Region 1B championship.
Well, thank you. I certainly appreciate it. More people got to come out tonight than previous weeks, but hopefully we get more out, and I know the listeners are glad that you're sending it out here to them, but we certainly appreciate it.
Well, thank you, Coach. Thanks for the post-game interview here, and we'll be talking to you next week as Riverheads advances to the Region 1B championship, and that was the 33rd straight win for Riverheads as they try to continue this great march as they want to achieve another state championship, and they took another step in that direction tonight with the victory over Altavista, their 5th in a row against the Colonels. And it's been a good Friday night of high school football here at Riverheads and in the area. Stewart's Draft advancing. They'll take on Strasburg next week. Riverheads advancing. They'll take on the winner of Central Lunenburg and William Campbell. And I once again want to thank our sponsors, Charlie Obaugh Auto Group, Dave Brooks Electric, and Southern States Augusta Petroleum for their effort to support Riverheads football, as without their help we would not be able to bring this game to you this way. And we'll be back next week with more Riverheads football, opponent to be determined. We thank you for listening, and we'll be back next week.